How you guys doing?
Great. By the way, Chris, there's a report out there the Chiefs are adding Carlos Dunlap. I know we visited last night, but if this report is true, what do you know of the player, and what do you think he'll bring to this team?
I mean, Carlos Dunlap, his resume speaks for itself. I think he had 7 or 8 sacks last year for Seattle. You know, he's a high character guy. I trained with him this offseason in Miami, and if we're able to add him, and if the report is true, we'll accept Carlos with open arms. I think he's a veteran guy that's had a lot of experience in this league, and to have a veteran guy like that in this position group, I think it'd be remarkable. No, we don't really talk about, you know, I always told him I'd love to play with you, you know what I mean? Guys like Carlos Dunlap, Justin Houston, guys who set the standard when I was in the league. And, you know, I watched some of their film when I first came in the league, so it's always a pleasure to kind of be around that type of guy, high character guy, you know.
What do you feel like maybe he brings, Chris, that maybe you guys didn't have?
I think experience, one of the things. You know, we got a young group this year, fairly young to me. I'm like one of the older guys in the group. I think he brings a lot of experience. He can bring a lot of wisdom to the group. He also can influence the group, you know what I mean, with his leadership ability. So we'll love to have him.
Were you surprised that Melvin Ingram signed down in Miami instead of coming back?
I was surprised, man. Melvin, one of those guys, I felt like I didn't have enough time with. He was remarkable for us, man. Just his presence meant a lot to us. And unfortunately, we got him later on in the year. You know what I mean? Me and Melvin was able to build a bond. We still kind of talk today. I congratulated him on his signing in Miami, and we look forward to seeing him.
What about you? What are your goals for this season?
My goal is to make sure that this D-line is one of the best D-line in the league. You know, whether it's sacks, whether it's playing to run, and whether it's being gritty on the field, you know. And I feel like this team drives, well, the defense drives off the D-line. So the D-line, you know, my point of emphasis is we take this day by day. It's a journey. But as long as we're making strides, 1% better than yesterday, then we're going in the right direction.
What are your early impressions of George and working with him and how he's moving along early?
He's a high-energy guy. He's very teachable. He's here to learn. I think he's on the path he's on. I think he'll be a good asset for us on the D-line. But, you know, he's still learning. We all are.
How do you go across the defensive line? You mentioned your grittiness and everything. How do you go across trying to teach that and instill that in the young guys? Do you see it so far from them so far?
Yeah, it's something you got to instill since day one, you know what I mean? It's something that is going to be the foundation of this defense, you know. From, you know, the D-line, for me, is the foundation of the defense, and then carry on to the back end. And if the D-line play like a menace, you know, I feel like we set the tone for this defense. You know, so I feel like that's a huge aspect for us, me and Frank Clark right now, to make sure we set the tone day to day for this defense, make sure we set the bar high, and what we expect from the younger guys.
Justin Reed said it was an attitude defense. You agree with that?
Yeah, we're gritty, man. We're definitely gritty here.
What's your take on the guarding?
You know, I have no opinion on it. I think it's what required. And I think, you know, as soon as I'm able to take it off, I will.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to adjust or add to your sort of workout regimen, Chris, before coming back here based on just your experience last year and your career?
Nothing. Just make sure I'm in the best shape of my life to make sure that I'm able to play however many plays this team want me to play.
Chris Spags mentioned Thornhill and how he's kind of stepping up as the voice in the room. What have you seen from him so far, given Tyron is no longer here, and maybe this is more of Thornhill's secondary?
I can reiterate what Spags says. I see a maturity levels increasing on Juan Thornhill. He's forced to do more, so when you expect more from a person, they actually get more. So we send a lot of leadership abilities from Juan. I always told Juan he was the guy. I always encouraged Juan. So just to see him blossom is, you know, for me, it's an excitement. So I think Juan's going to be really, really good for us. Him and Justin, I think our back end is going to be really, really good.
Chris, you're a guy that gets the fans fired up. What's the name for you to be back out here in front of the same time?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Actually, I started missing football, man. I wanted to be around my teammates. I wanted to be around the culture, and especially the fan base, one of the best fan bases in NFL, you know, and our fans support us through thick and thin, you know. And we've been fortunate enough to give back to them by 4 AFCs, and that's a journey. That's a journey. It starts here. You see how full it is out there on a day-to-day basis, and these are just the first 2 days. So I appreciate the support from our fan base. I love UKC when they watch this, and it's very encouraging to us to see how many people come out here and support us.
You mentioned being around your teammates. We hear about the offensive guys being together in the offseason, offensive line, receivers. How much does the defensive line get together?
I think it's a little different. Defensive line, we kind of get together, but for the defensive line to get with the DBs, we do 2 different types of workouts. So for them to be pulling sleds, we'll be looking at them a type of way. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So different type of workout, but I think it's very imperative for you to build that chemistry along the defense, whether it's just hanging out, whether it's going to lunch, whether it's just a phone call or a text message, just to see how they're doing. So I think that's very huge for the success of the team.
Chris, is there any initial takeaways? I know it's early in the camp, with just your new defensive line coach, from what you guys have talked about really in the offseason and what you've sort of seen these first couple days?
I think me and Joe see eye to eye. I love Joe, actually. I think our standard is the same. The bar for the D-line is high, as it should be. I think his expectation level for us as individuals and also us as a group is where it needs to be. And, it's a journey, man. It's a day-to-day process. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just try to stay even flow, because some days you're going to have really, really good days, and some days the offense might kick our ass. But it's a learning curve for us as a D-line.
Hey, Chris, what's Nick Bolton been like in the huddle? Still calling the plays, especially compared to last year as a rookie when he first doing this.
He's been the same as he always been. He's been very vocal. He's been a special point on his defense, man. Nick, since the first time he stepped on the field, you see how in awe we was as not only fans but as teammates. You know what I mean? When you see a guy doing so well, it only can help this defense. So, we're glad to have Nick back there. Him and Willie Gay. Got to keep those guys healthy.
Chris, when you look at the numbers last year, you guys put pressure on the quarterback and then bring him down all that often. The simplistic explanation would be just tackle him when you're there. But I wonder if there's something deeper to it when those numbers aren't there.
It's nothing deeper, man. We just got to get the quarterback down.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
Thank you, guys.